So welcome back. Last time I posted a video here was almost a year ago. I had just finished removing the rotten transom and the rotten stringers and the rotten floor and the waterlogged foam out of the boat. Gotten a lot done since then. I finished cleaning out the boat, getting the rest of the rotten wood out of the cabin. Cleaned all the fiberglass on the inside right down to clean fiberglass. Fabricated a new transom. Laminated sheets of plywood. That was glued in with thickened polyester resin using Cabicel as a thickening agent, some chopped strand fiberglass mixed in for strength. That was put in place and then quickly clamped in using wood screws with large washers through existing holes in the fiberglass skin, as you can see in these shots. Once that had hardened, I took the screws back out. Fabricated stringers out of 3/4 inch plywood. The stringers were, what I do is I usually tab the stringers in on the downward side of the hull side of the slope at the bottom of the boat. And then I squeeze in, once that's hardened, I squeeze in some of the thickened resin mixture to fill in the gap between the bottom of the stringer and the fiberglass hull. Then I tab in the uphill side of the slope, as it were, and let that harden. And then I wrap fiberglass all the way from the hull all the way up the side of the stringers and let that harden. The main stringers will get another layer of fiberglass still, as will the inside of the transom. It's all covered in one good thick layer of 18-ounce fiberglass right now. It's a 18-ounce biaxial weave with a mat attached. You need the mat to get the thing to actually adhere to the old stuff. The cabin, if you remember, the cabin floor was completely rotten, just a skin of fiberglass with nothing supporting it underneath, as you can see in this shot. That has been replaced with a nice new solid floor. I have also fabricated a new floor for the head. I also moved the bulkhead, that's the wall for the head, for the bathroom. Moved it forward to give me a little bit more room inside. You can see here how the toilet's going to be positioned in there eventually. There is a gap between the cabin floor and where the cockpit floor is going to be. I still need to build a step in there. That step will contain the forward bilge pump as well as the sump for the shower. The head is going to be a wet head, so there'll be a shower in there with a floor drain that drains into a sump. Also last fall, before the weather got too cold, I was able to sand and prep one side of the boat. So the starboard side of the boat, I was able to get it ready and get a coat of primer on it. The other side of the boat, I have this spring, since I uncovered it, been able to sand it, and it's mostly prepped, ready for primer. I still need to do some sanding and prep on the transom to get that ready, and then I'm hoping to prime it. Kind of the next thing on my list is to get the outside of the boat all primed and properly painted, so that I can then install the through hulls in the holes and start installing hardware on the transom. And then once that's in place, I can continue with the work inside the boat. Anyway, that's the plan. We'll see how far we get this summer, and hopefully I can get the next video up in something less than a year. Anyway, hope this kind of brings you up to speed, and thanks for watching.